Hey there, Libra, and welcome to your mid to end September 2021 tarot reading. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a 3-card spread. I'm calling this Step Back, Stay, Step Forward. So it's pretty self-explanatory. The first card will represent taking a step back, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The card will reveal whether that is or not. Staying put. If you want to maintain the situation, you want to keep going where you're going. If you like it or what have you, you can behave in this way or what have you. The card will reveal. And of course, take a step forward. The card will kind of reveal what you can do and how you can behave to kind of move on and into something new. So thank you for being here, Libra. I appreciate it so much. We're going to get to your spread here in just a moment. Hopefully this is resonating. Hopefully, this is resonating. I haven't even pulled a card yet for you. Hopefully this does resonate and does help you out, and at the very least gives you some options. You don't necessarily have to do any of these, but hopefully it at least gives you a few options here. So another thing is, because we're only doing 3 cards, we're not going to do any clarifiers here. We're just going to talk about these cards a little more in depth than I would in my normal readings where I do clarifiers for all the cards. So we got the Ace of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Four of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups is a card of overflowing emotion, right? And a good start to something as well, right? Possibly here with it saying a step back is maybe you need to restart something. You need to kind of hit the reset. You need to restart or find something else that does make you feel like you're overflowing with emotion. One thing I love about the Ace of Cups that I recently just started noticing is this bird here is dropping in a coin that looks like a plus symbol to me, which to me would be positive things. Like you're putting in positive emotions to make you overflow with emotion, right? It's not you're putting in negative emotions. It would just be a line to symbolize the subtraction sign. It looks like a plus to me, like a positive sign here. So I feel like maybe whatever's happening here in your present position in the maintain spot is maybe giving you some negative emotion, and you need to kind of step back and find something good that makes you overflow with emotion and something positive to get away from that negative mindset here. But again, just having overflowing success and good emotion with that, maybe that's a good reason to step back, right? This isn't a bad card. Like I said at the start of the video, not necessarily a step back is a bad thing. It might be a good thing, right? It might be nice to get that reset, that refresh, right? In your if you want to maintain, if you want to stay put, if you like what's going on, we got the Six of Wands, which is a card of walking the walk and talking the talk, right? It's kind of you backing up what you're saying you're doing, which is awesome. Nothing wrong with that. But it is a card also of kind of being in a leadership role too. And a card of celebrations as well. So where I kind of talked a bit about with the negative side, and you kind of need to take a step back with this potentially is with that leadership role. Maybe the charge of responsibility you thought wouldn't be as bad as it is. Some people aren't meant to be leaders, right? Some of us aren't, right? And it's just kind of a fact of life. Some of us are kind of like, I don't do well as a leader. I do better as like a support or an ideas person or something like that. That's kind of more my role. But being like a leader and taking charge and taking command isn't really for me. And that's okay too. Like that's a learning experience, right? If you do take a step back from that for you to go back to what overflows you with emotion, maybe you thought that being a leader would do that for you. It's possible that it's just like, well, that's a learning experience. Now I know. Now I can find out what does actually really make me overflow with emotion, and then take a step forward. And maybe this becomes something where it's like you're more of a helping hand type. You might be a Queen of Cups where you're kind of empathizing with people and supporting people, right? It's not necessarily a leadership role like a king might be, right? You might be more of queen energy. And don't worry about gender with those cards. It's energy, right? We all have masculine and feminine energy in us. The Six of Swords, Six of Wands, it can also be a card of like celebrations, right? There's all these people here with these wands. We have like the wreaths and stuff to kind of represent like, celebrations and good things coming in for us. Could say, you want to just keep the party going, just keep finding reasons to celebrate, right? Keep finding, reasons to be like, yeah, we can celebrate. Like, every day I feel like is like a gift, right, for us. And it's up to us what we do with that gift. And maybe for you, if you want to maintain this, it's like find reasons to be celebrating and being jolly, right? If you want to maintain the happiness and the good vibes you're experiencing. It can also just say, keep doing what you're doing. You know, like I mentioned first, walking the walk and talking the talk. It's like, just keep doing what you were doing to kind of, you know, maintain that kind of energy and that kind of stuff, right? Going good for you. So I'm digging that. That's fantastic. We've got, if you want to take a step forward, we got the Four Cups. May not be the best idea to take a step forward though with the Four Cups, because it can be a card of dissatisfaction and a card of daydreaming, right? But that can also be a good thing too. Daydreaming, not, you know, daydreaming, it gets the bad rap because a lot of the time when you see daydreaming in like media and stuff like that, it's like you're in class or you're daydreaming when you shouldn't be, right? And so he's like, stop it, cut it out. But daydreaming can be a thing where it's like kind of thinking about like what you want in your future, right? Maybe that's taking a step forward for you is maybe making more of a focus down on like, what do I want in my future? Like, what do I want a year from now, 2 years, 5, 10, you know, what do I want to be like when I retire if you haven't retired yet, right? Like, what does that look like for me? What do I want? Like, what do I really, really want here? So I feel like that's possible for you. It's also possible if you make taking a step forward is accepting a gift that's being offered to you, right? There's this hand offering this cup to this person, and it's maybe there's something going to be offered to you at present, like while you're walking the walk, talking the top, celebrating and all that. It might be something gets offered to you, and it's like maybe if you want to advance, accept that, and maybe that new thing is going to lead you into something good, right? You know. It could lead to dissatisfaction as well. Like I said, the Four Cups is a card of dissatisfaction. But, you know, it could also lead to good things too. Like I say, daydreaming, thinking about the future. Maybe this is something someone offers to you that really makes you consider, you know, what is my future going to look like? Like, what is that going to be to me, right? What is, you know, what does Gemini, or not Gemini, Libra, what does Libra want, you know, 5 years from now, right? Like, what do you want 5 years from now, Libra? Like, it's a question of the video. What do you want 5 years from now? What does your future look like? What is that, right? Maybe that's what the kickstart to get you to step forward, right? It could be, it could be. But I'm really like, there doesn't seem to be any bad options here, just potential situations. Like I mentioned, the only real negative situation I'm seeing here is if the leadership role is too much for you and you kind of need to take a step back and re-examine what really makes you feel happy and what makes you feel overflowed with emotion, or the potential step forward into dissatisfaction where it's kind of maybe relinquishing that leadership role and moving on to something else is going to kind of make you feel like, oh, well, I like being the leader, right? You know what I mean? And that's kind of your step forward. That's kind of into dissatisfaction. I was like, I really enjoy being the leader. You really enjoyed walking the walk, talking the talk. And then that step forward, you know, it's like, well, I'm going to go from being the leader to being like the manager, right? You're going to be like that kind of a leader. And you preferred more like the on the ground, like the kind of, you preferred like the manager role where it's like, you know, you're there in the trenches with your workers and with, you know, with your coworkers and stuff. And it's like the step up is more into the, into like the store manager or the terminal manager or whatever. And it's more of like a, you know, not the kind of leader you want to be. It's where it's like the more of the scale, right? It's the bigger scale. And it's like, this isn't what I wanted. And that's where you're kind of feeling this dissatisfaction and you're wanting more of the micro manager, the micro leader, where it's like, yeah, we're in the ground and I feel like I'm making a difference every day, or I feel like, you know, I'm helping, you know, the people I work with every day. So that's what I got for you here, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. I hope this has helped you out. I hope this has given you some options. Maybe some of this has resonated with you. If you want to help out the channel, though, you can leave a like down below. That's the biggest way to help. If you liked what you saw, you can subscribe to the channel, and I do more readings like this all the time. You can share this video, of course. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos, too, after this one. Thank you again for being here, Gemini, and I hope to see you in the next video.